Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another Random Thoughts with Gorilla. I see we already got Gap there. Welcome, Gap. Now, I've been thinking all day, not all day, more like last few hours, how I could put something without sounding like an asshole on this. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Maybe I'm just not, or not overthinking it, but just overreacting to it, and just, it's something I should have just brushed off, but I've seen it quite a bit where sometimes we take our jokes too far, or we don't consider the other person, or maybe the person's just tired of a joke. I know that's happened but you know, last week there was a live stream there, and the person was just sitting there insulting the crowd, and I'm actually getting pretty tired of hearing this shit about white privilege and all that shit. But that's not what this. But and I was already in a irritated and frustrating mood today, and usually when I go to people's live streams, it usually picks me up, and it's there we're talking about stuff we're passionate about and stuff. But I was frustrated, irritated. I was just gonna go. I was asked, "Hey, is your guest gonna sit there and insult us there and call us a bunch of sexist pigs and shit?" And the person says they'll keep them in check and all that. I was like, okay, because I'm just having a shitty week, and I'm just not in the mood for it. And then they went on to say it's just my sexist white privilege talking, and I just fucking left. Left. I didn't even say nothing. I just fucking left. But it's like, that's probably the right thing to do. But and I know they're probably just joking with me. Actually, I'm like 100% sure they're joking with me. But the thing with jokes is, especially through text, it may sound a lot different. It may be interpreted different than if you said it to a person in person there. And it's just like I already said I was frustrated, irritated. I didn't want to hear that shit. You go ahead and make that joke. It's not like the person didn't know ahead of time. I just flat out said it. Maybe I'm just overreacting to this, but it was just frustrating that one of my escapes for the day there, because it's almost each day of the week there I got some escape from my frustrations there. And hey there, pop culture, how's it going?
Hey, Gorilla. Better than yesterday. How are you doing there, sir?
Well, I was kind of pointing out where I got really irritated. I left a person's live stream today because I flat out said I didn't want to hear about a certain topic there that the the previous week was insulting pretty much everybody in the chat and all that. I said they're going to do that this week. Just tell me now, so I'll go to a different live stream. Then I'm 100% sure that they're joking. But they made the exact joke of what I was bitching about. And it's like I'm not in the mood for this. It's like it's not like 10 minutes later, 20 minutes later, and like you could have forgotten. It's literally 30 seconds later.
Well, that's not cool.
You
Sorry to
know,
hear that.
and it got me thinking. Jokes do not translate in text very well,
No, they
unless you
don't. I
actually
agree.
know that. And I think that could be a lot of the issues we see around here. Is someone may say something that's an absolute joke, but the person interprets it wrong. And I feel like I'm just overreacting to this. But I've been having kind of a shitty week. I've been hiding it. I got a lot of stuff going on that I don't talk to anybody about. But when you say something, you know, then immediately they go to make the joke about what you're something you're already kind of irritated about. That's just pisses you off even more.
Yeah, it's not cool, and I do understand. It's happened to me before. That's why I don't go
Yeah,
to Klobby's channel anymore.
no, I'm not mentioning no names on or nothing. I'm not mentioning no names or nothing. People may know what I'm talking about. People may not, but the whole point of this is we gotta be more self conscious of what we say in the text. Because people may not realize you're joking with them, and you could take offense to it, even though they may have meant it as a joke and stuff.
Well, it's definitely not good to make fun of the people in your chat. That's the best way to lose viewers and subs.
Yeah. Yeah. And the person I can understand they probably didn't mean it, but when you're on a stream, you got to have some self awareness. I know stuff slips out. I know stuff slipped out of my mouth a few times. I know it's happened on your channel where something slipped out, and it's like, oh shit, did I accidentally say that? You know, but when you're actually talking, you can kind of tell when people you got an instinct of whether or not people are joking or not and stuff, or you got the immediate
Exactly.
rebuttal. But I know there's some jokes that get taken too far or are overdone. You don't too much, But the thing is, we all don't get over to everybody's streams. It's with our community, it's almost virtually impossible. There with our schedules, and shit, and we may not be aware of that. That's totally different. That's not what I'm bitch. That's not what I was upset about.
No, I totally understand. People misunderstanding is one of the really it's a big thing on YouTube that really hurts a lot of people, and they don't understand it. And what I've noticed is worse is, for example, what usually happens is, let's say it's me. Let's say I say something in the chat, and you're on the panel, and I'm in your chat, and I say something, and you on the panel. I'm not saying you do this, but I'm saying here's what's happened to me that I've noticed is I'll say something in the chat. Somebody in the panel misunderstands it. They'll go off attacking me, even though they're completely wrong because they don't even know what I was talking about. And what the bad thing is that I will put in the chat, no, you're misunderstanding. That's not what I meant. No, I apologize. No, that's not what I meant. And they'll go on and on and on and on, insulting and attacking, rather than saying, "Oh, I see. You just put in that it's a misunderstanding. Oh, sorry about that. Then what did you really mean?" I've never ever seen anybody ever do that.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody stop, shut their mouth, and say, "Oh, it's a misunderstanding. I'm sorry. What did you mean?" They've never done that.
Yeah, well, sometimes that's also harder if you got 15 different people commenting on or chatting in the chat too. It can be hard to keep track of some of that stuff
No,
too.
because I'll give you an example. All
No,
right.
no, but you know what I'm saying though.
No, I
Sometimes that
yeah,
can.
I do understand what you're saying, but here's what I'm saying though: is all right. Let me put the shoe on the other foot. Let's say I'm on the panel and you're in the chat, and you say something, and I think, well, she's being an asshole, and I start attacking you and insulting you in the chat, and then if I'm addressing you in the chat and talking about you to the I'm talking to you or talking about you, I'm going to pay attention to whatever you put in the chat more than anybody else because you're the topic of my discussion. So if Gorilla says something that's going to make me upset, as I'm going off saying, Gorilla, damn you, why'd you, blah, 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 blah. As I'm doing that, I'm going to be watching that chat specifically to see what you have to say. That's what they don't do. They ignore you and just rant and attack and attack. And I want to give you an example. I won't say which channel. Some people out there might know. But there was a channel that I was faithful to. I like that channel. And this is when the Orville was on the air, the last season. And they were covering the Orville. It was an episode they were talking about certain parts they didn't like. And as you know, Jill and I was doing a stream. We were reviewing the Orville as well. So these people were saying that they didn't like these certain scenes. And in the chat, I said, I don't understand it. When I say I don't like the Orville, people attack me. And then because I said that, this one of the speakers on the panel just went off on me and started insulting me and making lies about me and all this kind of, by the way, somebody I don't even know who doesn't know me started insulting me and just going on and on and on. And in the chat, I immediately put, no, wait, it's a misunderstanding. No, I didn't mean anything about you or nothing. No, wait, stop, please, apology, sorry. But no, they ignored all that and just kept going on and on and on and on. And I think the reason why they do that is because, first of all, they don't want to admit when they make a mistake. They don't like to apologize. And next, the reason why they do it is for clicks. They do it for attention. So I think I have come to realize that that's the reason why they do it, is they look for something that sparks them, that gives them what they think is an inspiration, and it gets them clicks when they go on attacking people, and they figure, well, who cares? I've got 200 subs or whatever. I can afford to lose just one. I honestly think that's what it is. I think that's the reason why people treat people like crap on YouTube.
And quite frankly, I don't care about my subs. I care about what that people would at least listen to what I gotta say. That's why I still do. That's why I still do my watch parties, even on the days it's just me and Germ there, nobody else. I'll still do them, because I enjoy doing them.
Of course.
Yeah. I don't know. I just felt like maybe I was just overreacting to this, because it's one of those. I didn't want to sound like an ass, but it's like I'm so tired of listening to this white privilege thing. I don't want people spouting off about that. Then not only that, I felt it really insulted in the chat last week, even though I was hardly in the chat because I was working. But then I asked them, "Are they going to do it again this week?" And then they flat out said exactly what I was pitching about.
That's what I'm talking about. So when somebody does something like that, they obviously know that they're being a jerk, and they think for them it's worth it for laughs because they think it gets them clicks.
Well, we weren't even live yet, and it's just one of those. I think he was probably joking, hoping to cheer me up. All they did was piss me off more.
Of course it did.
Because I was already having a frustrating day today. And it's nothing I'm going to talk about on air. So I'm not going to discuss what was pissing me off on the air.
Okay. But it's too bad. People need to be a little more sensitive,
Oh, I wouldn't say sensitive, but self-aware.
Well, if you told me, for example, if I was talking about any subject, let's say rice, and if you say I don't like rice, I'm not going to sit there and start attacking you for not liking rice or making jokes at you or at your expense because you don't like rice.
Well, I don't like rice.
No, but I'm saying I use that as an example. I'm not going to attack you for it. Or if somebody comes on and saying, they don't feel like hearing that, I think it's up to the person who has the channel to try to be a little more sensitive.
Yeah.
And by the way, if the subject was white privilege, I don't blame you for getting pissed off.
No, it wasn't a white privilege. It was he was directing an insult at the person on the channel last week. He got pissed off because they had different views on the thing they were talking about, and he got pissed off. Then when he came back, he just spouted off, calling everybody a bunch of. He called the whole chat, people in the chat are being you guys are just being sexist pigs, and your guys are. And then he said, "You're just spouting off your white privilege."
Yeah, that sounds like a fool. Sounds like a complete idiot.
It's one of those. I can understand if you can get passionate about what you're talking about, but you also got to be self-aware of what you're saying because people will interpret it differently. And then not only that they said, "Fuck, if we're just gonna be insulted, why come?"
Well, I don't know who that person was, but I'm guessing they probably don't have a very big channel. Because usually people that act like that have nothing to lose.
Yeah. And it's just one of those. It's probably was just a one-time thing, but
Yeah, but if they have started insulting everybody in the chat, I mean that's dumb. I mean that's going to turn everybody against you because everybody. I mean, in our little community on the YouTube, almost everybody knows almost everybody, right?
Oh, not necessarily. There's a lot of names
not
I don't recognize.
Right, there's not 100%, but what I'm saying though is, let's say you've got 10 people in your chat. All right, let's say you got 10 people in your chat. I agree. All those 10 people don't know me. They don't know you. and they're not on every chat I'm in, but guarantee you 2 or 3 of them may be, and that the word will still spread. Well, in fact, I can tell you. Here's. I'll give you an example. I've gone on a channel, which I think okay, the guy. I'm not going to say who or whatever, but I like his channel, so I'm defending him. Okay, so there's a channel I go on, and yes, the guy can upset people sometimes, but I learned that that's how he is, and I've dealt with it, and I've talked to this person about that. And if I go on there, and I'll just go on there and say hello, hey, how you doing? I'll go on another person's channel and find out that there was some spy on his, telling everybody, hey, he was Pop was on that channel of that horrible guy. You shouldn't go on his channel anymore. You need to boycott Pop. I bet that happened to me too. So that's what I'm saying. You got to watch what you say because there's spies out there everywhere. Not necessarily spies like a spy, but I'm just saying that they're looking for something just to cause garbage and stir a mess.
Yeah. I just try to get along with everybody, but
that's what I say. That's what I say. I try to be friends with everybody.
Yeah, but I think this week it's just finally gotten to me. I was waiting for the week to be over.
Oh, let me ask you this: when this person came in the chat and started insulting everybody,
he was on the panel.
Okay, let's say he was on the panel doing it, right? Oh God, I can almost guess now whose channel that was, but I'm not going to say anything. But when he was on the panel insulting, didn't the owner of the channel mute him or kick him off?
No.
That's the problem.
But he did argue with them.
I know, but I don't know who this was, but me personally, I would have been, if I saw somebody coming on the panel and insulting people in the chat or others in the panel, they probably wouldn't get 3 words in because they'd already been muted. And depending on how bad they were saying, they probably blocked. I've noticed that the channels out there will let people rant and rave because they think, yeah, this is funny. I'll get clicks for this. So when I see that happening, I usually get upset at the channel owner for allowing it to happen because they do allow it to happen. Remember, the channel owner has full control and they can mute people at any time.
No, but you got it on him. I'll tell you more about it after the stream here.
No problem. I wanted to tell you, I'm thinking about moving the Gilligan's Island streams.
Oh, you are? To what day?
I don't know. I haven't decided because that's up to you too. I'm not gonna make decisions without you being there. But I'll tell you why I'm making a decision is we were doing pretty good. Each week we were getting more and more viewers. We were doing pretty good. But then Doomcock decided to start streaming at the exact same time. Our viewership dropped. And then now I found out that Jedi Bill is streaming at the same time doing karaoke.
Oh, that's been a rub for that.
No, he was doing it on Saturdays. Now he's doing it on Wednesdays.
No, he did Wednesdays for the longest time because I had my stream set 2 hours before his. He was doing them at 9:00 on Wednesdays, every Wednesday and Saturday.
Well, okay, he's on the same schedule as I am. So you mean 9 p.m. his time or your time?
My time.
Well, because when we were scheduling the Gilligan's Island stream and we decided on Wednesday, he wasn't doing it then. He must have stopped for a while and then started doing it again.
Yeah, he took a break. I think he took a break from it on Wednesdays there, but he was doing karaoke on Wednesdays for the longest time because I had my I had mine set 2 hours before his karaoke stream.
That's fine. I don't care if he does karaoke. I mean, obviously he's got a right to stream whenever he wants. I mean, geez, he has over 2,000 subs. But I'm just saying is between Doomcock and Jedi Bill, I just don't think we're going to be able to pull in that many viewers for our stream. And I think it might be a little too late. I think you might be a little too tired for it too. I think it might be a little late for you because by the time we start the stream,
it's fine. I'm usually up that late anyhow.
I know, but you remember these nights are going to be getting shorter as we get more into winter. I mean, we can keep it on Wednesday, but I just want to discuss it with you and see what you thought.
Okay.
So if you want to keep it on Wednesdays, we can keep it on Wednesdays. Or if you think, yeah, let's try to move it, we can do that. I don't really. It doesn't really care. In fact, I'll tell you flat out. Like last night was a good example, but I don't think we would have had without okay, with a few exceptions. Okay, Euler Greg is pretty much a regular now, but most of the viewers that I had last night, I wouldn't have had them if Captain Finity hadn't have, rated our channel from his, and I thought that's very kind of him. Without him, we probably only would have had 2 viewers last night.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, here let's talk here. I can end the stream here because I pretty much said what I wanted to say here.
I'm sorry.
So no, you're totally fine. Let's have this conversation off stream there. Then we can figure out times that work best for us there.
You're right. People don't want to hear this either because it's going to bore them to death.
They might want to hear, but it's like that way we can coordinate our schedules a little bit better here.
All right. Well, thank you, Gorilla.
Yeah. Thank you, Gap, for coming and listening to me bitch and moan.
And hail, Gap.
Yeah, make sure to check out his channel. He does a ton of shorts there with different cool stuff. Like he just posted a video of his little Jaws TV station thing. It's actually pretty neat. I didn't even know they made those. You want to plug your channel there, Pop?
Oh, Mondays I do Star Trek the Animated Series review on my channel, and Tuesdays I'm on Anti-Derivative Jill's channel where we review Star Trek the original series. And Wednesday, Gorilla and I review Gilligan's Island. We do 2 episodes every week. And then I randomly do a musings and rumblings from the lab stream where it's basically open topic, open mic. Anybody's invited for any subject. Thank you, Gorilla.
Yeah. All right. And my next stream will be, maybe I'll do one tomorrow night, a short one like this year. I got a few topics I want to talk about. So
you'll be up against Doomcock.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for coming there. And you guys have a wonderful night. Remember to be a gorilla.
Take care, guys.